From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, July 14th, 2016. Silver is trading at $20.14 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,325 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $663. Antiwar.com reports U.S. Vice Admiral Joe Rixey announced on Wednesday that the official estimate from the Pentagon is that U.S. arms makers will export $40 billion in weapons abroad in fiscal year 2016, which ends in October. This is slightly down from the $46.6 billion exported in the previous year. The decline, according to Rixey, is the result of a burden system whereby export approval is taking longer than expected, citing complaints from companies that multi-billion-dollar deals with Qatar and Kuwait are stuck in the hopper waiting approval. Those two deals alone would have put the export figure at $47 billion. The U.S. exports more weapons than any other country, and its 2015 level was a record high. Rixey noted that demand for U.S. attack helicopters remains strong and that there is a sustained high volume of requests, though many in the military complain they're getting more requests than approvals. Rixey also downplayed the Brexit as having any impact on exports, saying that Britain's status as a major U.S. customer should remain unchanged whether they are in the EU or not. There has been some speculation that Britain might start trimming its defense budget as part of the post-Brexit austerity move, though this has not been confirmed by any officials. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump wants money from a former advisor for an alleged breach of contract, an accusation the defender says is nothing more than a revenge tactic by the New York billionaire. A source close to Trump confirmed the lawsuit, according to the Washington Post on Wednesday, which seeks $10 million in damages from former strategic advisor Sam Nunberg. The claim is being made to the American Arbitration Association. The New York Post, page 6, reported Wednesday the existence of the dispute was revealed by legal documents filed by Nunberg. Last summer, Nunberg was dismissed by Trump's campaign after making what Trump viewed as racially insensitive remarks on social media. Months later, Page 6 reported a story that claimed two high-ranking members of the Trump campaign had engaged in a love affair and later a public shouting match. Nunberg called Trump's claims a frivolous and retaliatory arbitration proceeding against me, essentially to punish me and shut me up. When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. If this is a man's world, as they say, living on the streets is no place for a young woman. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo, and would ultimately come to know exactly what it means to survive. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports CIA Director John Brennan said on Wednesday he would resign if the next president ordered his agency to resume waterboarding suspected militants, an apparent reference to comments made by Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump embracing the banned interrogation method. Brennan, who did not mention Trump by name, said, "I can say that as long as I'm the director of CIA, irrespective of what the president says, I'm not going to be the director of CIA that gives that order. They'll have to find another director." Brennan, who has been CIA director since 2013, tacked his comments to the end of a response to a question about drone strike policy after speaking at the Brookings Institute. Brennan said previously he would refuse to resume the practice, which simulates drowning and was used by the CIA on at least 3 suspected militants detained in secret foreign prisons during the presidency of George W. Bush. But his pledge to resign if ordered to revive waterboarding was his most emphatic affirmation of his position to date. Trump, set to be formally nominated next week as the Republican nominee for the November 8th presidential election, has said he would reauthorize waterboarding immediately if elected, contending that torture works. Democratic President Barack Obama signed an executive order after taking office in January 2009 that banned waterboarding and other so-called enhanced interrogation techniques. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.